Okay, welcome back, everyone. We are here today with veterinarian David Graff, and we're having some issues with our guest animal today. You just got a little excited, right?
Yes.
Okay. Our first question is from Tammy. She's on Newsline 9 now. Go ahead, Tammy.
I have 3 cats, and they, the first cat we got was about 2 years ago, and then the second one we got was just recently, and then the third one we got is we got probably a couple months ago, and this is suddenly they're getting along pretty good, but at times they get kind of moody towards each other and start pawing each other.
Yep.
You know, not physically hurting each other, but just.
Are they all males, all females, or some of each?
There's one male, and then there's 2 females.
You just got them here.
And I'm just kind of wondering if it's normal for that, or are they just bored, or we need to get more toys for them?
She has 1 male and 2 females, and she's wondering if they need to get more toys. Sorry, we're trying to control a dog here, so we're kind of losing mics. Okay, so come here, baby. So basically, moody cats, 2 others, both sexes.
When you bring a second cat in, most of the time the 2 cats learn to get along. It's when that third cat comes in that sometimes it causes a dynamic that is difficult. It's not unusual for the third cat to continue to be the odd man out, so to speak. And so sometimes, I have 5 cats in my household, and one of the cats doesn't get along with any of the rest of them. And it's always been that way, and it'll probably not change. So there's really not much you can do except try to give them a lot of love and care.
Okay, and our next caller has a question about, she has a 5-month-old puppy that's chewing things. So go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, hi. I just got this dog about 2 weeks ago, got her from another family, and yes, she chews up all my son's toys. She's a great dog, other than she chews on things, and when people come over, she gets really hyper and wants to jump all over them, and she's a little too big for that.
Okay. So the dog's a little hyper and jumps on people and chews toys. So
Okay.
What should she do? 5 weeks old.
Okay, normal
5 months old, sorry.
Normal puppy behavior. Some good advice on chewing behavior. It's normal for puppies to chew. And it's very confusing for the puppy if they're given too many toys to chew. It's good to limit them to 1 toy only, 1 at a time, until they lose the toy, and then you get another toy. Do not get toys that look like clothing or shoes or chair legs, because that you may inadvertently teach your dog to chew on those things. I like Nylabones or Kong toys. Kong toys are excellent. They have a hole in them, and you can stuff food in them and train your dog to chew the Kong toy. And so it's good to have 1 chew toy at a time, but it's important to always give your dog something to chew on.
Okay, and our next caller actually has a question about its dog shaking its ears. What's your question?
Yes, actually his head, and he shakes it, and he's had dirty ears, so I got him when he was 4 months old. He had been kept outside, and he keeps shaking his head. I clean out the ears, and I've used the mite killer, but it doesn't seem to be helping. He's still shaking his head all the time.
Okay, so does that have a reason to impact the ears? If an animal's shaking its head, does that mean it has an ear problem?
Okay. Shaking the head could mean a lot of things. Could mean an ear infection. It could mean. Recently, we've had dogs that are outside getting flies biting them on the tips of the ears. I had one yesterday. They got a new collar, and the dog's shaking its head and scratching, and the ears were fine, but it was the collar that was causing the dog to shake and scratch. Okay. Fleas can do that. Skin infections can do that. So a lot of things other than ear infections can do that, but it's probably good to have it checked.
All right, David Graff, thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back.